You mentioned that Jasmine character is basically nuts from the beginning, and that's true. I mean, right when she gets off the plane, and one of the things I found startling and so wonderful about the movie is that these days, when people talk about mental illness, there's a lot of medicating of it that goes on, but it has become almost accepted that we tend to think of mental illness as a product of brain chemistry, like you have a pain in your elbow, maybe as a way of not stigmatizing it. But it seemed to me that in Blue Jasmine, even though the character is clearly sort of unhinged, throughout the movie that is shown to be an outgrowth of who she is, her character.
Right, it's not that hormonal, it's not
That's
chemical.
right. And that seemed to me, I mean, that squares a little more with my vision of it, but it seemed to me that that was, in a way, really pushing against a certain conventional wisdom that's out there now. Were you aware of doing that?
Well, I was aware that eventually, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, you know, you could envision where there would be no more drama because
right.
every situation would be diagnosable as, you know, a little too much of this chemical or a little too much,
right.
you know, secretions. And that's, but you can't account for that all the time because there are people that become depressed and sullen and have all these guys in the army who come back with post, you know, traumatic syndrome. They're malfunctioning because of trauma, because
right.
of, and so you can envision that in life that the trauma isn't on a battlefield, but you can envision trauma in life that's so psychologically debilitating and traumatizing
yes.
that you can, and you've seen it in characters. You see it, you certainly see it in Willy Loman or Blanche Dubois or Hamlet, or, you know, these people behave so strangely, and it's not just that they have too much, you know, whatever it is in the serotonin in the head,
or not enough serotonin.
Well, yeah, it's that they're just strange. They're traumatized, and that's more interesting to me. Now, maybe someday all of this will be, you know, they'll say if you're traumatized, your glands start to produce more of this, and all we have to do is give you this and get you right back down to, you know, and that would be, I mean, good in one sense, but that's certainly spell the end of a certain kind of drama.
Yeah. You don't think if Hamlet had had Prozac, it would have solved all his problems?
Yes, I wonder, Hamlet particularly, you know, I wonder if Hamlet had, if focus problems, could have had Focalin or one of those drugs where, you know, he had a task to do, and if he had more acute focus, would have done it, and it's possible, yeah.